Dear friends, welcome back to Be Successful, your favorite development channel. Here we are again at Crypto Sunday, this time for the 21st edition. This series has already become a tradition, and I am very happy that you come back every week to spend time together. Don't forget that at the moment we have an ongoing contest with cash prizes. You can find more details now by accessing the link on the screen. I hope that as many of you as possible will participate. We will take a look today at what has happened lately in crypto, but not only. We also analyze the financial markets a bit, because as we all already know, the crypto market is closely linked to the traditional markets, and obviously it also reacts to the decisions of large financial institutions, such as the Federal Reserve. More details immediately after the intro. Dear friends, before we start, I would like you to write in the comments the country you are following us from, to see where we have the most followers. Today's video is a little shorter than usual because the last week was a bit boring. The prices have only gone down and the news is low, but we still have some important ones that we will present in this video. I suggest you follow us to the end because there are also important things. First of all, we have the announcement of the Federal Reserve, which tells us that at the next 6 meetings this year, they will not even consider raising the interest rate by 0.25%, but there will be increases of at least 0.5%. They have realized that you cannot play with such inflation as the one that is attacking us now, and the 0.25 interest rate hikes are far too small to combat the effects of this inflation. But let's not delude ourselves that raising interest rates by 0.5% will solve the problem, no matter what, and the Federal Reserve is also aware of that, which is why they have announced that they will start withdrawing $95 billion each every month. Now the question that comes to mind is, okay, but why are we interested in that? Or how does it affect us? Well, the first effects of raising interest rates will be higher rates on consumer loans and thus a reduction in consumption. A reduction in automatic consumption entails a reduction in production because obviously, if there is not as much demand, it does not make sense to produce as much. And a reduction in production would mean a reduction in jobs and higher unemployment. Unemployment must be supported by taxes and duties, and this puts pressure on governments, but especially on taxpayers. But here we are entering a vicious circle because a reduction in jobs leads to an even greater decrease in consumption, which again leads to a decrease in production. During the pandemic, these things worked and the economy went ahead without many industries operating, thanks to state aid. These aids are in fact nothing more than money printed without any coverage, which inevitably led to this inflation, which is just beginning and very soon will exceed 2 digits. Well, in the next period, not only will the Federal Reserve no longer have money to inject into the economy, but as I said, it will start withdrawing $950 billion from the market every month because the money thrown at the population in the last years must be taken out of the economy if we do not want it to collapse. If we combine this aspect with raising interest rates, we can see even without glasses that we are heading at a high speed towards a crisis. That is, a period in which it will be increasingly difficult for the population to make a living. If we look at the global energy crisis, which is also just beginning, we can imagine what the next 2 to 3 years will look like. As you can see in the last 2 years, as all governments have printed money in competition, stock markets and crypto markets have reached historic highs. Why? Because the amount of money available on Earth has doubled in just 2 years, and implicitly they have doubled the prices of things on Earth. What will happen now as this surplus money is withdrawn? Obviously, everything will deflate. But first and foremost, the financial markets. We would like the markets to remain at the same level, even to grow, and the things that are cheaper to be food and energy so that people have a life that is as cheap and accessible as possible, but unfortunately this will not happen. What to do next? Well, as in any crisis, the opportunities will be extreme and all you have to do is work hard in the coming years and buy assets that after the end of the crisis will be highly valued and produce passive income. If you don't know where to start, I recommend you follow our Friday's Finance Education series. The crypto market seems to be moving us on an emotional carousel. After last week giving us hope for a new bull run, growing spectacularly, now the market is falling quite strongly. It can only be a small correction and to continue the upward trend from next week. We see what the market has in store for us, as you know, is always unpredictable. We have a $200 billion contraction in the crypto market in the last 7 days. This contraction is of course also reflected in the individual price of cryptocurrencies, which have lost some important percentages in the last week. Bitcoin dominance grows by almost 1 percentage point and again reaches over 41%. The daily trading volume dropped sharply from $110 billion to just $70. This is a drop of over 35% in just 7 days, a sign that the world is trading less and less. Bitcoin has lost 8% in the last 7 days, Ethereum 6%, Binance 4% and Solana, Terra and Polkadot are close to 20% lost. The market is very volatile and will remain so in the next period. Stay prepared for more sudden descents, but also for spectacular climbs. He doesn't stay with all the money in the market or with everyone outside. Always be prepared to take advantage of opportunities. If you like the materials created by us, don't forget to come to our Telegram group and on our social media pages. This helps us a lot, just like if you like and share here on YouTube. If you want to receive this video one day faster than subscribers, you can become a member of the channel by accessing the first link in the video description. We would like to thank our members who support us in these difficult times and without whom our work would not be possible. Be careful what projects you buy in the next period, because not all new projects will withstand the oncoming crisis. Focus on solid projects that have something behind them and are likely to be here in 10 years. Make sure you use your money wisely and don't expect huge profits overnight if you want to stay away from scams, and other misfortunes. The stock market did not remain unaffected this week either, and we can see today that Tesla lost 3.23%, Apple 1.4%, AMC recorded a loss of 8.3%, the famous GameStop lost over 3%, and the list goes on. Oil, grain and precious metals are starting to grow. Nothing grows fabulously and nothing falls fabulously during this period, but the drops and climbs remain constant and in the long run it seems. Until the situation in Ukraine improves, the capital markets will not stabilize either. Thank you for staying with me until the end. I will ask you to like it if you liked this video and don't forget to see you again next Sunday. Until next time, take care of your money.